We're talking about faith this morning, and the title of my talk is It's All About Faith. I was remembering years ago being asked a question, what faith are you? And I remember the first time I was asked that question, I thought, that's such an odd question. What faith are you? And I wondered why it felt odd to me, and I realized that the person was treating the word faith as a noun, whereas I treat the word faith as a verb. They were asking, what faith am I, meaning what religion am I? And at the time, I happened to have been Lutheran. This was a long, long time ago. But even then, I thought, that's, to me, not what faith is. Faith is a verb. Faith is an action. Faith is something alive in us. I want to lead with a question that I hope that you will memorize and that you will call into your awareness frequently. And it is this simple question: is faith or fear guiding me right now? So when you have an opportunity before you, or a challenge before you, or you get disappointing news, or you need to make a big decision, I'd like to challenge you to let that question be uppermost in your mind as you make your decision or look at what it is you're about to do. Is faith or fear guiding me now? We all do have faith. We don't always exercise it as much as we need to. We don't always rely on it. We build our faith by using whatever faith we do have, knowing that as we use it, we strengthen, so to speak, that faith muscle. Jesus said, if you have faith the size of a grain of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will move. What was the point he was trying to make? I think he was trying to make many points, and certainly one of the points he was trying to make is you don't have to have a lot of faith to get started doing really big, significant work in the world. You simply need to start right where you are with the faith that you do have. We're going to look very quickly at three key areas to strengthen and deepen our faith. And the first key area is the area of our faith in the goodness of God. The goodness of God. And if you're uncomfortable with the word God, that's okay. God really doesn't care. Put a different word in there. Faith in the goodness of spirit. Faith in the goodness of life with a capital L. That's the first area we'll look at. The second is faith in the way that spiritual principle, spiritual law works. And then the third is faith in yourself. I think working in each of those areas is important and helps us to cultivate a deeper, richer, more abiding, living faith. So the first, faith in the goodness of life, the goodness of God, the goodness of spirit. And it begins in part with recognizing that there is but one presence and one power in the world, in the universe, God the good omnipotent. A presence and power of absolute good, and recognizing that that presence and power holds us dearly and lovingly. That presence and power actually wants, if I can use that word that sounds more personalized, actually wants our lives to work, actually wants us to grow and evolve. This idea is fundamental to our belief structure in New Thought and in metaphysics, that we can and in fact must have faith in the absolute goodness and of this presence and power that we call God. And out of that knowingness comes being able to live in the awareness that ultimately everything in life, ultimately, that's a really important key word here, everything ultimately works together for our highest and best good and evolution. Here's a statement from a book that helps put it in simple perspective. It's a book written by Stephen Taylor called Row, Row, Row Your Boat, a guide for living in the divine flow. He writes, everything in the end is good. If it's not good, then it's not the end.